Alliance-5 for Operation Chimera. This is one of the more random missions, in my opinion, within Operation Chimera. For this mission, we have to ram an enemy tank and kill them in the process. And if we want to complete the mission with honors, we have to win and survive the match as well. Now, I say this is one of the more random things because the conditions need to be just perfect for you to have the opportunity to ram a tank and kill it. A lot of times it comes at the end of a match, which is exactly what happens here, which is why I've sped this match up pretty significantly for the replay here. And there's a lot of times where you think that the conditions are right and it's probably not going to happen. So you can see these tanks in front of me. They're actually on a slope down, which is great for me terrain wise, because I'm not going to lose momentum as I go down that hill. In fact, I'm just going to get more momentum and do more damage because the damage is based on the speed that both tanks are going. I'm also doing this in a heavy tank, and the reason that I chose a heavy tank is both the American and the British lines have relatively speedy heavy tanks. In this case, I'm talking about the T110E5 as well as the Super Conqueror in the British line. Probably wouldn't do this in a Polish heavy tank, only because they don't necessarily have the same speed characteristics as the American and British. If you were to do this without honors, if completing it without honors is your goal, I would say do this in a fast medium tank or even a light tank like a Bulldog. And you just need to be much more selective about the tanks that you're going to use as potential targets, right? Because it's going to be okay if you die in the process by ramming an enemy tank, but you want to be able to do as much damage as possible. So you're probably going to target tanks that are already double-digit health to guarantee that you're going to kill them, even though you're probably going to sacrifice 400 or 500 of your own HP to do so. In addition to that, a lot of times when you're charging enemy tanks, it's very common to get tracked. They see you coming at them, they focus your track, they track you, you lose all momentum. So just be prepared for that. Be prepared to quickly repair your tracks. You might be able to save a tiny bit of momentum in the process and not come to a complete dead stop. You also need to pick your targets wisely. There's no way in hell that I'm ramming that mouse and doing damage to him. Even under perfect terrain conditions, I'm probably going to kill myself in the process and maybe do double-digit damage to him. Definitely not worth it. So under the current situation of the map, I see that there's a medium tank, a TD left, the mouse, which I'm just going to nope out of that, and then their arty. So my plan here is to go after the arty, which is almost certainly on this peninsula here. And the terrain over there isn't so bad. Maybe I get a little bit of momentum, but even if I don't, I'm not going to lose much going after arty. And you're going to see here, and this is where the randomness comes in. The arty has enough health where if I shoot him, I'm going to take him down and ram him, but I light him on fire, and he's dead. That would have been an easy ram kill for me if I had not lit him on fire, but that's sort of the randomness of this mission. And at this point, I'm thinking that I'm not going to get this mission done at all because the two remaining tanks outside of the mouse are up this slope here, which is not the ideal conditions to ram somebody. I probably wouldn't do any damage to them at this point if I rammed them. But you're going to see here, and the other thing is I don't have a lot of health, so I really don't want to be charging in because I can easily just get picked off by this TD that's sitting up here. And you can see he basically takes me down to almost dead. But this medium tank decides that he's actually going to loop around. The TD's dead. And so I now have a downslope attack on this guy. I'm going to put one shot into him, and then I'm going to ram him for the kill right at the end. So I got this mission done, got it done with honors, purely based on luck. And that's a lot of this mission. My recommendation for you guys is do this in faster heavy tanks, the T110E5 and the Super Conch, or even the M103 and the Conch at Tier 9, both great tanks for this. If you're not worried about doing this with honors, definitely do this in a medium or a light tank where you have the speed, but just bear in mind that you're going to be focusing on tanks that are double-digit health only, because you won't do much more than that. Definitely keep an eye on your terrain. If somebody's up on elevation of you and you have to go uphill to get them, don't even bother. You're not going to build up enough speed unless they're coming down at you. And if you need to do extra damage, if you're finding you're dying and just not doing enough damage while you're ramming, throw a spall liner on your tank. That's going to reduce the amount of damage that you're taking in the process, and that may put you over the edge. So this is going to take a little time to complete, or it's just going to be a one-shot, and you're just going to get it done. That randomness you're not going to be able to plan for. You're just going to have to wait for those ideal conditions to get this done. Good luck, guys.